Chapter 40. Living out loud after Anthony's untimely death, my life changed. I made the choice to no longer try to hide in the shadows of who I was. I decided that my life would not be worth living if I was living to please other people. What was sad about it was that it took Anthony's death to give me life. His death allowed me to muster up the courage to be me. So I made the decision to live out loud. There were many people that didn't like it. I just dealt with the bull as it came. Please believe me. Questions and comments are still coming, and I am still being condemned. I must admit, this is a hard thing to deal with at times because of the views and opinions of others about my sexuality. People always have an opinion about someone if they are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. I've lost plenty of friends. People that had respect for me prior to knowing about my sexual orientation began to disrespect me. I realize that not everyone can deal with it, but I wonder if it might be due to their own insecurities. Who knows? There are times that I regret coming out. I guess if I hadn't, I wouldn't have to deal with the drama, lying, and whorish-ass niggas that come along with it. What bothers me the most is the thought of people not wanting to hear me or support me because of it. Spiritually, I'm okay because I learned that it's not about what man thinks about me. After going through everything I've been through and survived, I've gained a relationship with God for myself. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life." One thing I can attest to is that I love the Lord. I am a believer. I know that he died for me and there's nothing anyone can do to separate me from his blood. Let me help you understand what I'm saying by this example. When blood gets on your clothes, notice, no matter what you do, you can't wash it away. Aren't you glad to know God doesn't just throw us away? I'm glad that I'm a living testimony. That's why I'm going to do my best to share my music, my voice, my words, and my testimony with the world. There are so many people hurt from tragedies and experiences of their past. They feel stuck, stagnated, and far away from God. I'm glad I'm able to spread God's love, one person at a time. Well, at least that's my goal. I'm really glad things are changing and people are becoming less judgmental, or should I say, more accepting to the idea of allowing people to love who they want. My life mission is to please God, my Creator, and try my best to be Christ-like while I'm breathing and alive on this earth. I can't imagine leaving this place and not making it to heaven. The thing I don't want is for my kids to hurt because of the choices I've made. I hope that they understand. I hope that my orientation doesn't change the way my sons see me, and I definitely don't want to persuade or mislead them in any way. They are handsome young guys, and I can't wait to see them date, go to prom, get married, and have their own little Danny boys running around. Chapter 41. I am Danny Boy. I last saw Afeni Shakur when the Tupac Museum opened in Atlanta. When she saw me, she looked as if she had seen a ghost. I was the last person she expected to see. It looked like the air had left her body. When she regained her composure, she came over and gave me a hug. "This is how we keep Tupac alive," she said to me. "You are welcomed here." Then she got into her car and rode away. She was playing on my emotions. I didn't expect a check that day, but I hoped that there would be some communication. She had talked about Suge like he was a monster, but when it came down to it, she was worse. She knew what it was like to fight for what was right, but still she left me with nothing. She even took me off of some of the songs that I had recorded with Pac. They used John B. in place of me. When I met him, he told me that he had followed my voice, word for word. He had matched every run. What Afeni owed me was minute in relation to what she received from the estate. She knew how much I had contributed to the album and to his legacy. Even today, if I want to download the "I Ain't Mad at Cha" ringtone, I have to pay for it. It doesn't even have Pac's parts on it, just my voice. I was watching Alpha Dog one night and I heard "Toss It Up" playing. It was during the scene where Justin Timberlake was dancing at a party. It was on my verse. "Not a dime of that money comes to me." When people die, we tend to put them on pedestals. We only want to remember the good stuff. But I know another side. When Afeni died, she left a bill. She left here owing me. And it's not just for me. It's my children's birthright. It's sad when anyone dies, but it didn't have to be like that with us. The industry has a dark side, and I experienced that with many people, Mikkel being one of them. I've seen her biopic. It seemed like she wanted to make Dre look bad. I came around long after NWA, so there was some stuff shown that I wasn't there to witness. I'm never for a man putting his hands on a woman, but what I'm saying is that Michelle should never be put on a pedestal. She was a devil. She wasn't innocent. She went from Dre to Suge, and made sure that Suge eventually had a problem with everyone on death row. She didn't want anyone closer to him than her, and it paid off. She was like that person who would pinch your baby when you weren't looking. Yeah, she pinched a lot of niggas. When Keisha Cole and I reconnected recently, I was initially ecstatic, but she quickly severed our ties when she tried to screw me over for what amounted to some pocket change for her. As long as I live, I will never understand how the rich can so brazenly take advantage of the poor. As much as I felt screwed over, I also felt the love. The last time I saw Mary J., she was at her CD signing. When she saw me, she screamed and rushed me into her limo. She was as passionate as ever. To this day, Mary could still get it. I'd have my boyfriend in the next room. I'd say to him, "You better not say nothing." Nigga, that's Mary. That's my baby. I love her. I have been in the music industry in some shape or form for over 2 decades. During that time, I have made many memories that I wouldn't trade for the world. I've performed with legends and seen many of those people transition. Even today, people recognize me for the work I did with Tupac. It was a great time. I've been doing music long enough to prove my staying power, and I have enough faith to believe that my